It's another view from the van with Paul from Magpie 24/7. Driving strong opinions on everything Newcastle United. Magpie 24/7. By fans, for fans.
How's everybody doing? It is Paul from Magpie 24/7, and Newcastle United, the gift that just keeps on giving, to serve you up defeat after defeat after defeat. The last one, well, I think we predicted it an absolute country mile off. We said it was a big game. We had to be at the top of our game and hope that they were at the bottom of their game. Now, you can certainly say that Manchester United didn't turn up. I thought Manchester United were, well, shite for a better word. But, yeah, I thought the two older midfielders were just dreadful. I thought they looked leggy throughout the team. We all know that their strikers like a little bit of a dive. They've got a little bit of a reputation for it. I mean, that's twice now this season. The penalty that they got against us was beyond fucking soft. Manchester United supporters should be embarrassed that their club has to stoop to such levels. I also think that we were absolutely robbed blind by that fucking useless VAR and the referees when Jamal Lascelles had what can only be described as a clothesline from bastard hell. Jesus wept, nearly took his fucking head off. I don't know what you've got to do. I mean, well, I do know what you've got to do. Manchester United go down and dive, let's face it. They get the penalty. It's not overturned. You know, out of the Longstaff, red card situation during the Arsenal game, that was looked at and overturned. No, this penalty wasn't overturned. It being soft as fuck. No, VAR did not interfere when Jamal Lascelles was assaulted. I mean, fucking hell, JBL would be fucking pleased with that shot. He really, really would. It was as clear as you'd like. There's red cards, there's penalties, there's those questions to be about, and who knows how it could have changed it. But there's no doubt Manchester United didn't show up. I thought De Gea had a couple of good saves, and again, I mean, especially from like ASM. And Cope, we had a couple of shots, and you're thinking, well, but he stood up and he dealt with them decently. But the rest of the team, I thought, for a Manchester United side and a squad that looked ordinary, boring, lethargic, bunch of cheating bastards. I mean, they've still got the referees in the pocket. There's no doubt about it. Apologies there. Slight camera issue, but back to it. Yeah, they've still got all the normal things going for them, but they never got out of first gear. So I always think if the opposition don't get out of first gear, it's disappointing when you must be either in reverse or bastard neutral to not get a result in that game. And for what 50 minutes? For 50 minutes, we did bits. We had encouraging moments. We looked in the game, and then once again, and it's the curse of Newcastle this season, we were alright for 45, you'd say, maybe against Leeds, and then you're looking at a decent first half here and a decent second half there, or like during the Manchester United game, decent for 50 minutes. I think Alistair Maximum's touched on the fact that we just can't do it for the entire match. That is alarming, that's concerning. It should be worrying the coaches at Newcastle. But no doubt is Steve Bastard Bruce. His biggest worry during the day is, apart from rolling up his sleeves, he doesn't want to get his clothes all messed up, is should I have red or brown sauce on your bacon sandwich? Discuss in the comments below, red or brown sauce on your bacon buddy. But yeah, it's alarming because a game of football, and I mean, I know Steve Bruce comes up with some pretty radical ideas, but it's 90 minutes long. It doesn't matter if you're good for 50 minutes. It doesn't matter if there are positives Because at the moment, the mantra from our coaching team, surely to goddamn fuck, has to be points, not positives. Regardless to him saying 7 or 8 teams are in it. In my book, Sheffield United and West Brom, who we have to play yet, Sheffield United and West Brom are down or as good as. After that, it is between ourselves, Fulham, who are giving me sleepless fucking nights at the moment. Brighton, Burnley, I think that's it realistically. I think Crystal Palace and them, they're maybe 2 wins away from safety. I'm not going to count them as in relegation trouble. There's those few teams, and to me it's between Fulham, Newcastle, Brighton and Burnley as to who makes up that last place and takes the dubious honour of being in the Fizzy Pop League next bastard season. I mean, with the way things are going, you wouldn't put it past Sunderland getting promoted, Newcastle getting relegated, and we'll have our time weird derby. We will have also another derby against Middlesbrough as well. So yeah, the derbies could come back next season, but that's not in a good way, not in a positive way. It's not in the top flight. It's not how it should be. It ought to be. Nah, we don't want that. We've got to dig deep, but Steve Bruce has to realise a few things. And you would imagine a coach of 25 years experience, blah blah blah, bullshit after bullshit, would realise that the game was 90 minutes long and not 50 minutes long. Realise that it is points and not positives, because the thing is, positives don't have any positive effect on the league table. And yes, it is nice to see Newcastle play a little bit more expansively. We're not talking fucking Keegan or Robson or out like that, but to play a little bit more expansively, yes, it is nice to be able to see that. However, it's not exactly free-flowing fucking champagne football that the likes of Chris Sutton, Robbie Savage, Jermaine Genius. Disappointed with that little absolute worm. I'll get to him in a minute. But it's not exactly that great football. Everybody's sitting, they'll be fine. Steve Bruce sticking his fingers in his ears, doing his Jose Perez impression. It'll be alright, it'll be okay. Well, newsflash, buddy. Our top goal scorer, although he's hopefully making good progress, is out. And the man at right back is not a footballer. I don't even know whether he's seen the fucking game before. How the hell is he an international footballer right back? He needs dropping from a fucking great height, some might say, but he needs packing off. I'm sick and tired. I was listening to the commentary without the sound on, because it's as bottled in this. I'm sick and tired of that. And near Bruce, you're out of position. You're 20 yards out of position. Fuck me, man. You're a couple 100 miles out of position. Get fucking sent off. Get sent packing. Because you just can't teach this level of absolute ABCs of football. It's the same argument with Joe Linton. You can't re-educate these people. They may be fantastic athletes, but if they haven't got the common sense, if they haven't got the football knowledge, then what is the point of persevering with these absolute galahs time and time bastard again? Because they show every time that they haven't got the capabilities to do it. Joe Linton, 40 million quid, can't hit the side of a fucking barn door, doesn't score goals. And what good is a striker who can't score goals? I've said that about Andy Bastard Carroll. What, 1 goal since he came back? It's not enough for a striker. As much as I might like the bloke and this, that and the other, and you know, everything else that goes round him, and yeah, I get that. But, you know, it's like, fuck me. You need to be able to do your job. It's like a juggler turning up with no arms, or something like that. You know what I mean? It's, you've got to be fit and able to be able to do the fucking job and perform. And these lads, I mean, Emil Kraft's one of the highest earners at the club. It's on like nearly 60 grand a fucking week. Which, it might be peanuts in Premier League terms. I don't give a shit, it's a lot to me and you. Joe Linton, awful again. John Joe Shelby, one of the highest earners at the club. Fucking hell, there's no worry getting his fucking missus pregnant by John Joe, that's for sure. Because I bet he bastard pulls out then as well. He's fucking useless. Put a challenge in, man, you lazy bastard. Our Premier League lives are hanging in a balance, and I'm seeing too many slack, useless, no passion players and management about. I want to see a little bit more. I want to see the fight from the Southampton game and the doggedness. I want to see more of that. I want to see the old Newcastle v Leicester type thing where you're jumping into every tackle like your life depends on it, because our Premier League lives do depend on it. I just wish somebody had the fucking passion. I'm not hearing the vocals from Jamal Lascelles, and that's concerning me. I'm relieved that Martin de Bradford's coming back, because it's a senior player, and God, we need some seniority in that bloody club and in that team and on that pitch. I'm seeing issues and problems all over, but there was reasons to be optimistic over the 50 minutes, but unless they're going to do it over 90, it literally means jack shit. The next couple of games we got, and Wolves are no mugs, I'll tell you that for now. So anybody thinking, oh, we're just going to roll in and do Wolves over, you can forget and think again. Because they are a dangerous opposition, an opponent for us. But we need a win. Danger or not, at some point you've got to fucking go for it. Grab a fucking set and attack. Go for it, score a couple of goals, and find a system that suits Newcastle to score goals whilst Callum Wilson's out. The old, let's try and pull, the striker to the right to create some space for Mickey. It works fantastically well with Callum Wilson fit. I hope he's fitting back in the team ASAP, and we can continue to do that till the end of the season. And we will score goals that way, but you're not going to get that out of Dwight Gale. You're certainly not going to get out of Andy Carroll, who moves about as much as I've asked to telegraph, Paul. So, we need to find another system. We need to get back to how we were doing it, when the COVID restart first happened, and Gale was banging them in. Give him chances and he will score goals. But if we don't score goals, we will not be keeping too many clean sheets. We will not pick up too many wins. There's not too many goals in that team. You're looking at it, and everybody's maybe have the odd one goal here and there. So it's up to Bruce. You've got to earn your corn, or do us a favour, clear your desk, and quite frankly, fuck right off. Because, although I wish no physical bastard harm to anyone, I just want him to go. Because, you look at Neil Lennon today and he says, look, I love the club. If I'm affecting the club at all, me being here, that's fine, I'll quit. There you go. And he's done what would be described as the honourable thing. Steve Bruce does not know a fucking word about on it. Useless bastard. And it literally just boils my piss. It absolutely and utterly boils my piss about the man. If he's, it's my boyhood club, I care about the team, all of these good things, all of these sound bites, and that is what Steve Bruce is good at. Sound bites, tired cliches, talks about how he's trying to change the culture. We've played like this a long time, and this is the way he wants to play, more expansively and more attacking football, but it'll take time. A, we haven't got time, and B, you've had, 1.5 seasons? If you cannot implement a system in 1.5 years, then you want to fuck right off, because there is no way on God's green earth that isn't enough time. He is awful. We are, from Christmas, if you look at the form table, the most out of form team in the entire bloody league. We're 20th. Fucking hell, man, Sheffield United are above us, and they're absolutely playing dog shite. With the greatest of respect to Sheffield United, but they're playing shite. I've got fans of theirs or mates of mine, and they even say we're playing shit. That result may still come to bite us in the arse down at Bramall Lane. Mark my words, what an opportunity, wasted and squandered, and it was a waste against Manchester United, and now we roll into Wolves. Before I get to Wolves though, I will just say, Jermaine Ginas, when you are appointed to be the sort of Newcastle side of the argument and debate on TV, it is nice, you know, if you actually stick up for, you know, the fans rather than push them underneath the board, and then we have to rely on, again, Jake Humphrey coming out and being the voice of reason, a Norwich City supporter, to actually correct this man. Disgusting, absolutely disgusting. I said so to him, and it's, you know, on his Twitter, he was singing the praises about "Come on, you Spurs." I said it's just a shame you're not as positive about some of your other clubs that you used to play for as you are Spurs. But you know, if you've got an agenda against Newcastle, if you don't like Newcastle, if you don't like Newcastle supporters or whatever, then that's absolutely fine. But fucking hell, man. Don't come on as the Newcastle side of the argument if that is the case. Don't pretend that we're demanding stuff that we're not. We got people coming out, Simon Jordan taking the piss, and saying, you know, Crystal Palace should demand a lot more than fourth bottom, but Newcastle supporters should be quite happy with it. Are you absolutely heads gone? Unbelievable, an absolute failure, an absolute loser, taking the piss out of Newcastle. He ran Crystal Palace into near extinction, and I remember many Newcastle supporters, including myself, who was sitting there and going, "Oh, this has to be saved. This club's too big to let go, and this, that, and the other." Yet, as soon as we're struggling a bit, and they're not exactly doing great above us, it's an absolute attack. And I love how hypocritical he is. I really, really do. I love it. And he's talking about new managers. I said, well, you can have Steve Bruce. He's doing such a fucking great job, according to, you know, Tom, Dick, and fucking Harry. You can have him. Chris Sutton, you can have Steve Bruce up at Celtic. See how great of a job he'd do up in there. They'll probably end up fucking behind Aberdeen over 65s. If Steve Bruce fucking goes up to Scotland. Sick and tired of Newcastle United fans just getting attacked for no reason at all, apart from that we're passionate about our football club and this, that, and the other. You say nice things about other football clubs, you're complimentary to them. You know, even now comparing Sheffield United, it's comparing them, but it's with the greatest of respect. But it's just not good enough for some people. It really, really isn't. But that takes us nicely on to the Wolves game. Yeah, a huge make or break 90 against Wolves. Yeah, apologies there. Literally a couple of shenanigans. Literally like the same in Emmerdale Farm round here. It's I'm out in the sticks, to put it mildly. But yeah, a huge game takes us on to this weekend against Wolves. Now we've got a run of a few games with the likes of Wolves, West Broms of the world. We really need to be taking points from. I still maintain with what we've got, the slender now advantage of just 3 points above Fulham. They have got, after the Palace game, a run of difficult, tricky games. We now, like they took the opportunity, they was told if they're going to do it now, by, I think Shearer said it actually, if they were going to catch Newcastle, they had to do it now because the fixtures in the future would be difficult. We have more difficult fixtures coming up. And we all know what Bruce is like when it comes to some of the so-called bigger teams in the league. So let's not mess about. Let us make hay while the sun is bastard shining. Get these wins in the bag. Starting with this weekend against Wolves. It's a huge game. Bruce needs to find a system. We need to be going at the team. We need to get a couple of goals. We need the 3 points so badly. And over these next 4 games, that will tell us, to me, what league we are playing in next season, whether it's going to be fizzy pop football or whether it can be still Premier League football. We need at least probably 2 or 3 wins out of this. That's going to put us into the 30 points realm. and within maybe a win or two of staying up, which with the likes of Fulham on the last day of the season, and I hope nothing rides on that because there's going to be fans in. Oh goodness me, no. And then we've got Sheffield United on the penultimate game, which again, hopefully, possibly could be with some supporters inside St James's Park, of which I hope I am one. I hope and pray I am one. So we are capable of getting another win or so. But if we don't get the building blocks and the foundations over the next few games, you can kiss it goodbye, because Jamal Lascelles can come out and talk about we need to do it against one of the top teams. We owe the result because there's been freak results like Brighton going ahead and was it winning at Anfield and stuff like that. There's been freak results this season, so what he's saying is we're owed one. Well, yeah, we probably would be, but with the man, with the absolute loser in charge, with the leadership, with the hand on the rudder, which is Lee Charnley, who's probably that bad at his job he's furloughed himself. With Mike Ashley, Newcastle come as low down in his business interest list as it comes. He's swanning around the bastard Middle East like Judith fucking Chalmers, man. Fuck me, we're shitting bricks under a travel ban, only essential travel, stay at home, all this blah blah blah. Meanwhile, he, who causes all of this stress and heartache for us all, when he bought the fucking club in the first place, is swanning round like Judith fucking Chalmers saying, wish you were here. You don't wish I was with you, fucking Ashley, I'll tell you that. Absolute head case, complete nut head case. But this game, it's going to be difficult, but we've got to start with a win, start as we mean to go on. I think the message at the moment has to be get the ball to Miggy, get the ball to ASM, and go and fill your boots, lads, because they have been fantastic. Miggy especially, the work rate that lad puts in. If John Joe Shelby had 1% of the work rate of a Miggy Almiron, he might be a half decent footballer who we could actually utilise and use in our team. And it makes it so frustrating that you can see such a contrast between the lazy bastards and the grafters. And it must be so frustrating for Mickey. And if we don't get this takeover this summer, he's off. So he must sit there and think, why the fuck am I running my fucking balls off here when I'm surrounded by lazy, half-hearted bastards who pulls out the tackles, he's got literally one party trick and he just repeats it. He's like a shit magician who just comes out, does one trick and then just copies it another 10 times, then pisses off everyone's fucking paying up a bit of coin for doing that. No fucking way. You're fucking shite. And so is John Joe Shelby. And I know under Mike Ashley this summer, if we've still got Ashley, you can chalk for it's going to be a bargain basement, free transfers, loan, right? But we just so need to sweep the decks clear. We need rid of so many players, and I'm going to do a video later in the season about players who are good enough and who are not clearly good enough, because we have got swathes of players who aren't Premier League quality, and if some of them they might be Premier League quality, or they might believe they're Premier League quality, but when was the last time you put a shift in? When was the last time you broke a sweat? When was the last time you actually made a difference to a game and changed the game, or got hold of a game by the scruff of its neck? I'll tell you when. For bastard never. And it's not just an attack on John Joe Shelby, because there are others. There are lots and lots and lots of others. It's like, when will it ever end? It's just such a negative spiral when it comes to Newcastle United. I would love to be able to report on Newcastle, trying to sign a new player, getting a new target in, trying to progress as a football club, improvements to the training ground. anything, a community initiative, anything positive at all. But it is so difficult in Newcastle because it is a vortex of fucking hope, a pit of despair. So I asked a couple of the other lads who you'll know from times gone by previously, who I've worked with. I've got PD Proudlock, and we've also got Chris from Australia, and they're going to give their thoughts on Steve Bruce, what's gone on, and a little bit of look ahead to the game coming up.
Wolves on Saturday. It is going to be a tough game. Wolves are going to be feeling confident after picking up 2 wins in a row against Southampton and Leeds. But I feel like it's a game we can win, or can at least get something out of the game if we turn up with the right attitude, we attack them, we go for it. Here's an opportunity to go and get something out of the game as well. I don't think Wolves have been the same side as what they have been for the past 2 seasons. I think losing Jimenez through injury has been a big blow for them. It really has. Selling Diogo Jota, I think that's been another massive loss for them as well. But they do have some really, really attacking players in their side which cause problems. The likes of Pedro Neto, Adama Traore, who I've seen cause fullbacks nightmares. And there is that worry that they could cause our fullbacks nightmares on Saturday in Emil Kraft and Jamal Lewis. So if both of them start, or at least one of them starts, they know they have to try and keep them players very quiet indeed, because it could get ugly. It really, really could indeed. But I'm going to tip Newcastle to win by 1-0. I think we need to make some changes to the squad, and I think we need to stop starting players now who should be starting and dropping players who have been simply underperforming as well. In terms of our manager, Steve Bruce, I do not trust the manager anymore. Unfortunately, he's been abysmal. He provides us with dross football. His tactics are abysmal. I've now said he's one of the worst managers, or now the worst manager at this football club now. I simply don't trust the man anymore. I've given up with these press conferences because I am that sick of coming out with the same old rubbish every time. It's completely inexcusable, and enough is enough as well. And that's why he has to go. The only thing that could probably save us now, if the board do not decide to sack him, is possibly a takeover. Because I think we do need it badly. We need some investment now into the club, since Mike Ashley's not putting the money in anymore. And that, I think, is pretty much going to save us. If we only just stay up this season, it is going to be by the skin of our teeth. And next season, if we persist with Steve Bruce, that could be where our luck does run out this time. So I think that a takeover, as I mentioned, is the only way that is going to save us. Now, do I think it's still going to happen? I still have that doubt about it. I've now come to the conclusion where, until something has been decided and officially done, is when I'll start to believe it, definitely. I believe there could be still something going on in the background. If Mike Ashley's still trying to challenge the Premier League, if he thinks that it was rejected unfairly. But I guess we've got to wait and see. I suppose that is the thing.
Hey guys and girls, just a quick video from Australia. Probably haven't seen me for a long time because I've been in Newcastle United hibernation. I haven't even been watching the games. The most to do is watch the 3-minute replays on my Optus Sport YouTube channel. What can I say? These next 3 or 4 games are going to be super crucial in terms of us staying up. This Wolves game, they're on a good run of form. I can see us getting ripped apart by Traore and Navas and all those guys bloody going forward, and Pedro Neto and all these bloody tricky blokes. Yeah, we're basically without a clue at the moment. Massive injuries building up. No striker. it's all primed for fucking relegation. Sorry for swearing. You can edit that out. Yeah, I must admit I've not been following the takeover situation, and at this stage I don't really care about that at the moment. I think essentially I really believe that maybe we need another relegation. It sounds really crazy, but I think it's the only way we can clear out and start again. We say the same thing: get relegated, and you might not come back up again. Well, we've done that time and time again. Relegated and we come back up. So I don't think that's a problem. I think we need a new manager. Bruce has never been up to scratch. I said in a comment, I'd rather Eddie Howe in the Championship than Bruce in the Premier League, just treading above water. So that's my belief. Look at the crazy stuff that's going on in some bloody Championship teams. Look at Bournemouth. They got Woodgate in charge temporarily. Then they're going to look for Thierry Henry and things like that. So we're not the only bloody club in a bit of crazy mess. We're a bit one-eyed as Newcastle supporters, but look, I think the best we can get out of this game is a draw. What can I say? I mean, it's going to be crucial. I've been apathetic. I'll probably continue to be. COVID and lockdown and all this stuff has really sucked the life out of football, and I'm really feeling for you guys over there. Obviously, it hasn't affected us as much as it has you guys over there, but the lifeblood is the fans, and when you can't take advantage of fans being in your stadium, you've really lost all possibilities of nicking results where you might have in the past. So this is really challenging times for our football club, and let's hope for 3 points. But yeah, mate, I've got some negative things flying around my mind, and relegation's one of them. Cheers.
So yeah, just thought it would be good to get different faces on. Always good to get different points of view and everything. So yeah, appreciate those those comments, guys. And going to keep bringing different people on, different voices, different perspectives on obviously this video and other videos. And I'm going to touch on something just right at the end. But yeah, the main thing is, fingers crossed, make or break 90 for me for this weekend. And you just hope there comes a point shortly that if we aren't winning games, and bear in mind we've got, I think, 2 wins in 16, we're bottom of the form table, as I touched on before. If it doesn't come off, then he's got to be fired at some point, and then it's who comes in, who replaces him, probably as a caretaker until the summer. That's the big question, but that's the one for another day. Let's hope the lads can get it done. I expect to see a few changes. I wouldn't be surprised to see Isaac Hayden playing at right back. Manquillo is better off than first feared, so hopefully he'll be back shortly, but I've got a feeling Hayden's going to be shifted out to right back. I've got a feeling Jeff Hendrick is going to be coming back in as well. So we'll see how them go. There's even, I think, a chance of Andy Carroll coming back into the fold to try something different. I can't say the likes of Ryan Fraser working his way in after that performance when he come on, because we did lose our way a little bit, even more so when he came on, unfortunately. But yeah, changes in the off and changes afoot, I reckon, for the game against Wolves. But regardless of personnel, formations, manager, weather conditions, how green the bastard grass is, we need 3 points. Simple as that. And I will be spitting blood if we've got anything else apart from 3 points out of this game at the weekend. It is huge, it is big, it is a make or break 90. Goodness me. It's not good for your health being a Newcastle supporter, it just stresses you out. But yeah, just regard to a little bit of channel news. We said we will be launching the YouTube from the summer. We will be starting to set that up and get the bare nuts and bolts of it all set up there. You'll see more and more content coming on towards a full launch of the Magpie 24/7 YouTube channel in the summer, in the off season, where there'll be new types of videos or offered different content. I'm just moving house. I know I've twice in literally 6, 7, 8 months, just getting another house renovated. When that is done, I've actually got 2 offices set up for Magpie 24/7. So that'll be good. Somewhere else to be able to record, somewhere else to be able to do podcasts and that side of things, and hopefully maybe get one or two guests on, get some friends of the channel also, you know, on, and you know, sort of taking part in, you know, what we do and what we're looking to try and do. So exciting things there. So the house that I'm moving into, it's a much bigger and better situation personally for the family, and also the added bonus that I get a little bit of extra space. I am also at the moment in the process, and you'll probably see, because it'll be a different type, but I'm swapping the van. Yes, the van is swapping over. I've got new shirts to come and hang up in the van, seat covers, all Newcastle. So we're jazzing it up, we're changing it a bit, we're changing the van over. That should be, this van is going in the next couple of days, so it might be the last time you see this van. And then it's just a matter of, it may be a week or so before the new van gets to me, kitted out, ready, obviously for work. But the added advantage that we can continue to do the view from the van, that will continue. KD Ramblings, Kyle's thoughts and views on stuff, that'll continue on. There's loads of new different stuff, different content, including the podcast that'll be coming onto the YouTube. So that'll be coming up as a video and still remaining in the podcast audio format as well on Spotify and everything. The YouTube address, I'll put it down below, but youtube.com/magpie247 Newcastle United. Yeah, fun and games to get it as close as possible to you know, to what we could basically. But yeah, that's coming along ever so nicely. You'll have seen new headers, new channel artwork coming in on the channel, new upgraded logos. We're doing little bits like that. Like I say, new shows to be able to come online and on stream shortly when we get back to St James's Park, and when we get back to be able to go to away games again. We'll be bringing that you know, to you. We've got ideas and thoughts on how to do stuff a little bit differently to what other people have done, because, you know, we don't want to step on toes, we don't want to be the same content. What we want to look to doing is expanding into new different types of content, trying new stuff, to give Newcastle United fans as well something else, something addition, because there's lots of fantastic stuff out there. You know, different content providers producing different content, and it's all just, it's like cooking, isn't it? The more ingredients you get, the better it tastes. It's exactly the same. Before recording this, I've just listened to a Steve Rafe one. I was listening to the True Faith lads last night. Obviously I listen to Gallagher Shots a lot as well, and there's NFTV. They're doing some great stuff, new stuff. The new team there really nailing it and doing some fantastic great stuff as well. So yeah, it's all good. There's loads of different people out there. I've been speaking to Sharky recently, obviously PD Proudlock as well. Just sent a message through Alicia, wishing her well, catching up with, seeing how she's doing at the moment. But yeah, lots and lots of good quality, different type of content. Obviously Magpie channel, you know, fantastic stuff that they've been doing. I could go through so many. I listen to so much different stuff, and I like it. I like the different variety. I'm not a person who just sticks with one brand or one person's viewpoint, and that's why today bringing along Chris and PD Proudlock onto the view from the van. Different opinions, different viewpoints. I like that. Mad as a box about Newcastle, and also mad about really trying to push the content on. And 7 months in, over 11,000 people following Magpie 24/7. It's not about the numbers, but it certainly puts a smile on your face when you're seeing that level of people following, lots of comments, interaction. It means the world to myself and to Kyle as well. You know, we put a lot into it, on top of full-time jobs, on top of, you know, university courses, families, you know, kids on my side of it and stuff like that. And there's a lot of things, so we put a lot of things into it, but we're very proud of what we do, and we're looking to get better. So if you've got any suggestions about things that you'd like to be brought in, new ideas for the shows, things you'd like us to do, things you'd like us not to do on the YouTube, comment below. All of our messages are open, and of course you can email And we do regularly check the emails on the Magpie 24/7 account. So that's magpie247 at outlook.com. So yeah, if you've got any suggestions, thoughts, critiques, positive things that you like, things you want to maybe see brought back that we've done before, things you want to see done differently, whatever it is, if you just want to have a whine on, absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Send it through and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Anyway, I've rattled on for long enough. Big game. Don't mess this up, Steve Bruce, like you've missed every other. He's the Skittles man, isn't he? Everything he touches turns to bloody shit rather than a fruity based sweet. So yeah, hope you're all okay. Take care, keep it tuned, and I will speak to you later.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Driving strong opinions on everything Newcastle United. Magpie 24/7.